What's up, ladies and gentlemen, to this edition of the main event with Adam. I'm back. I'm here. We've got a special guest, a little bit of an interview that we want to do. The man, Mark Vaughn, the guy who made Vaughn. You may have heard of that on Justin.tv. Made plenty of other different chat systems, and now is starting this new project. What's going on, Mark?
I've never heard of Vaughn.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never, I don't know. Like, I think they've kicked him out of the room before, and he says, "Why do you want to hurt me?" and stuff like that. And I've never heard of this before.
It sounds like an incredible project.
It does sound like an incredible project. So, Mark, why don't you explain who you are and what you're doing here?
Well, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm trying to just make people's lives a little better. You know. Well, no, I am Mark Vaughn. People often ask, well, where did you get the name Vaughn from? And then I'm like, it's my last name. You know?
So it's not really a big shocker after they tell you that. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
So, but no, I'm a software engineer, and I've been doing that for more years than I've been alive, it seems like. I have a company named Vaughn Soft, surprisingly.
And where did the Vaughn name come for Vaughn Soft? I don't really...
It's just one of those things, I just kind of just sat around. I was like, you know what? I'm going to call it Vaughn Soft.
So, how did you first start working on Project Vaughn, and how long is it, how long has it taken for you to perfect actually what it is? So, why don't you go ahead and explain what the project that you got working on?
The bot or the other project, the secret project?
Well, let's start off with the bot first.
Okay. Well, the bot, it actually originally started as It's My Crap Stats back in 2007. People, they don't know what that is anymore. It's kind of sad, but it was like this really pissed off bot that hated everybody. And for some reason, the more he hated people, the more people loved him.
Really?
And yeah, and the only reason I built the bot is because I was just bored. I was on Justin TV. This is back when there was just live casters and social broadcasters. I was sitting in chat and I was, I'm kind of bored. This would be kind of fun to make. So I ended up making it, and people just went crazy over it. And fast forward to 2008, I started getting requests from other live video sites to build crap stats for theirs. And I was like, this could be something great. But then they're like, they didn't want to pay for it. I'm like, all right, so I got to pay for your service that you want. And I just started rethinking things. And I talked to a friend of mine named Jack, which is the reason why many people are addicted to blackjack and poker on Justin TV now. He's the one who wrote those. And I was like, I got this idea to market the bot since so many people want it. And I was like, we're going to call it Vaughn. He's like, okay.
He's like, I don't know where you're going to come up with this name for this.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
The reason I call it Vaughn is because I just couldn't think of a better name. I'm horrible at coming up with names for things, as, that might be a shocker to everyone. But, back in June 2008, if I remember right, we started work on the new Vaughn. It was originally just going to replace Crap Stats, the namesake of it. And he's like, I got this idea that'd be really cool, is why don't we put a blackjack game in the bot? I'm like, how is a blackjack game going to work in a chat room? So he spent a few weeks on it, and he came back, and he's like, hey, check this out. And my mind was blown. But what really blew my mind is when we actually launched the bot in July 2008, and people were like, just went insane over the bot, over the fact that they could play a game in it. I had no idea that people would actually love to play games in chat.
Yeah, that's the owner of the guy who started Main Event Gaming, Tad. He actually played. There was wrestling games that they would actually do in chat, and I was like, how do you even do this? He's like, well, it's a roll of the dice, and which one wins out of that between the two that's a different move, a different hit, a different pin, and all that stuff. And I was like, wow. I've never, but yeah, with the blackjack, I've actually played the blackjack on with Vaughn, and then I kept seeing all these people playing it, and got so confusing of who was playing it when they were playing it. You would just be like, you'd be doing like playing a game or something like that, and all of a sudden you see stats rolling up through everything. And
Yeah.
that's absolutely awesome coding. I mean, completely to keep track of all that just
Oh
by
yeah,
text.
Jack did a good job on the blackjack and the poker games.
So,
But when I launched when I launched Vaughn, my expectation was people to go crazy over the name and the basic chat features of it. The thing at the bottom of the list was the games. I was like, it's a game, they might like it, and it's going to be there, whatever. And then I just get overwhelmed by all these people. They're like, where can I buy V coins? Where can I get this? Where can I that? How can I get more? And I'm like, what?
you're like,
It just totally took me by surprise.
oh, there was so much, involved in it, and it's just, yeah, I think it really just blows people's minds that all the features that it has.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just little things you wouldn't even expect to have.
I've put so many hours and thousands of dollars into this thing. It would make some people cry at the thought of it.
So you went from Vaughn the bot,
Uh,
and then you have this new. I guess it's a secret project that you've been working on that's going to release here soon. So why don't you go ahead and tell us exactly what that is and what it's going to consist of?
well, it is Vaughn Live. There's that name again.
I don't know how he comes up with these names.
I know. I'm magical like that. Basically, people are not happy with the state of social broadcasting. I mean, ever since probably February of this year, I constantly got messages from people saying, "Hey, I don't like this site. I'm not gonna name the sites. I don't like this site. Can you build your own? Because that would be great. Because I know you're an awesome person. You would actually run it the way it should be." And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of a lot of money and time to invest. And then I started getting requests almost every day from people I never even heard of. I was like, all right, there might be something to this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe, no, I'm not going to do it. But then, 2 months ago, I decided to pull the trigger on the project. And I got some good deals on bandwidth and whatnot and servers. I just sat down and just started coding the site, and I kind of hinted around to a few of the social broadcasters what I was doing, and I swear they shit their pants as soon as I typed it. And I can't explain the reaction I got from it. I mean, people are desperately wanting a social live video site.
Right, where there's no
But for
restrictions.
whatever reason, places like JTV and Ustream and whatnot don't want to give it to them.
So,
They rather focus on gaming. Not that there's anything wrong with gaming. I'm a gamer myself, and I love the gaming channels. But there's also that overlooked section of people that can just be huge.
which can, majorly, like, is there, not saying, any different streaming sites out there, what's going to be, like, possibly a little bit different, I guess you could say, than, like, the restrictions. I know there's a lot of restrictions with broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
You're always worried about if you're going to step over the boundaries of this. The big thing
Yeah.
now is music. A lot of people are like, ooh, can I broadcast music at the same time as I'm doing this? Because
Yeah.
if there's music in the background, am I going to get copyright laws and definitely all kinds of different things like that. So it gets really, really, really touchy subjects of it. So
Honestly, I'm not concerned with that because of the DMCA. I mean, I legally I can't touch anything like that unless the copyright holder says, "Hey, this person's doing this. They can't do that. You need to take them down or suspend their account for whatever." But on JTV and Twitch TV, the reason why they're so uptight about it is because it's hard to sell advertisement to people that use copyrighted material. They don't come out and say that, but that is the actual truth.
Which, yeah, it's going to be really hard for you to go, hey, look, we could pay you for doing what you do, but you're not gonna, you're not gonna be allowed to put any music on it behind it, and like, well,
Yeah.
I really can't control that with that person, so,
Yeah.
so that's really, what it comes down to is, you have to make money somehow, so you got to
Oh
sell
yeah,
advertising.
definitely.
So, well, I mean, so in a couple of days, this site's gonna launch. You want to tell us a little bit about like how it's gonna be different, how everything's gonna it's gonna be a social, broadcasting system instead of
Yeah,
like gaming
it is
and
dedicated to social broadcasters, which gamers, they can come over and broadcast socially, but they're going to stick out if they try to broadcast their gaming. And it's
Right.
really not designed for game broadcast because the bandwidth setup that I've got it set where you've got a limit of 450 kilobits per second to push to the server.